here's a beginner's tutorial on how to solve a Pyraminx. So, as you can see, the Pyraminx has the tips, the edges, and the centers. So these centers don't move at all, but these edges do, as you could see right here. So, you should already know these tips are pretty easy to solve. You just have to turn these. Pretty easy. Second, when you solve the first layer of the Pyraminx, you have to know that each side has 3 centers. And based on how easy the 3 centers are, that's when you know you're going to determine which side to pick. So step 1, mix up the Pyraminx. Okay. So, as you can see, all these centers are messed up. So, first, you just want to find a center or centers that you want to make first. So, whatever is easier. I found this red to be a little easy. So first you have to make them all in the front face. So you have to find where each of them can be turned. For example, like this, to make this. If I were to make the green, I found the green's right here. So I would just turn it. For the other colors, you could just do the same. So after we have the red layer, we have to fill it with the edges. So the second step is to solve the edges. So when you solve the edges, there's 2 ways that you could solve it. You could either, if it's right here, you could put this down and then put this down and put this up and then put this up. Or you could do the opposite, which is put this down first and then basically that. You could just do the reverse. The second way is, if you could see this one, you could also go like this. But if you really want to, if it's on its side, you could lift up this layer, which there's an open pocket, and then you could insert this piece into the layer. So for example, if I lift this up, you could insert it and then put it back down. Okay, after you solve the first layer, as you could tell, you have to solve the second layer. So first you want to align all these centers with the layer that's already built. So for me, I just had to move it once. So move this right here. So this is aligned right now. So there's 5 different cases that you will get for Pyraminx last layer. The first one is this case where you have 2 sides that one color is already there and the other one's not. So like this one and then this one. And you want the colors that are not facing the right one, both of them, like this, to be facing you. So what you do is, the first algorithm, which should be pretty easy, just put this down, put this down, put this up, and then put this up. And then you could do this, lift this up, and put it back in the pocket. And then you get this case, which is one of the 5. So, for this case, you would put this down, put this down, put this up like you did last time. But instead of putting it like this, you would move this back, so you use this pocket, you move this up, and then you put it in place. So from here, put it in place, and then it should be solved. So another case is when you have this case. So for this case, you have each of the edges not solved. So in order to find out which algorithm you need, you have to see if they should switch clockwise or counterclockwise. In this case, they should switch clockwise. So what you would do is move this layer up, move this in, push this down, move this back here, again, move this up, and put it back in. So that's one of them. The second case is basically the opposite. So when this has to go counterclockwise, you have to move this up, move it to left, put this down, move this to the left again, put this up, and move it to the left. So that's basically it. So like I said, if you have two already there, you just go like this and move it there. And if you can't get it, like I did before, just now, you could do it again, and then you'll eventually get the solved back edge. So if you do this, and then put this back, lift this up, and then put it back again in the right spot, it should be solved. So that's how you basically solve a Pyraminx. Hope you guys enjoy.